Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. I'm going to take my bonuses as we do every day. Probably won't use them, but hey, it is what it is. It is Leah's birthday. We have 24 crops to harvest in the greenhouse. I imagine that is just our coffee. But we're going to start today, as we do every other day, by doing our household chores. As well as giving one of our animals a golden animal cracker. That is probably going to be a rabbit, but I haven't seen an increase in rabbit's feet from that. It's tough. I could also give it to, like, the legend. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Does this rabbit have one? No. Okay. It's going to the rabbit. There we go. Matthew R., thank you for supporting the channel. You now have a golden animal cracker. Please go ahead and produce as many rabbit's feet as you possibly can. That would be very much appreciated. Oh, and I completely forgot about this. But we now have this barn up here that we have not done anything with yet. It has an auto petter already in it. It also has an auto grabber, and it can hold, I believe, 16 animals. And that is, yeah, the premium coop. I wanted to replace this. I don't know if it'll fit. I don't know how deep this thing is. We can have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 deep. I would like to just like get rid of this and replace it with that. If it's 5 deep, it'll come to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means if we wanted to do that, we would have to do something like this. Right? This may be the plan for today, is relocating this coop. Unfortunately, I already set up all my machines. Do I care? Maybe. And I can change the home building on each of these to be said coop. So let's go ahead and relocate all of these animals up to this coop. And I believe that is everything. Now, I'm going to grab all of this out and honestly just say it is what it is with the things that we are already processing. I don't have time for wait for that. So let's get rid of all of the things in here. That should be absolutely okay. We can't take the hay out. It is what it is. And then we should be able to go and see Robin. Maybe just for the time being, move this up there in case we need extra room later on. But that should be okay, I think. For now, let's go ahead and harvest up our coffee. And then I would also like to go ahead and actually finally make myself some looms. Because, you know, that seems like a good idea. And I think, honestly, 3 is probably more than enough to get everything that we need processed. The auto grabber and auto petter, I think for the time being, are just going to live in my decorations chest. I think that is okay. The heater and the mayonnaise machine will get moved into the new coop. And that should be fine. With that all being said and done, let's go ahead and warp to the mountains and see if we can't get Robin to switch those over. And of course, Robin is not here. She is at the aerobics club. Fantastic. Alright, on that note, let's walk back to the farm. We'll go ahead and get all of those things into the new coop, and then hopefully we can move it tomorrow. That's actually kind of annoying. I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Thankfully, there is a lot more room in here though, so let's go ahead and put our mayonnaise machines down here. Let's go ahead and put yeah, 2 of our looms. Well, let's just put all 3 of our looms in here and start processing all of this. And that should be absolutely fine. And then, does this come with a heater? Yes, it does. So we don't need the additional heater. And unfortunately, I can't put the rest of this in here. But that is what it is. Alright, for the time being, I'm going to put the heater back in my decorations chest. Call that a day there. And then we need to give Leah a birthday present. And then we'll probably head back to Ginger Island to get a little bit more done. Now, in terms of Leah and what she likes, butternut squash, goat's cheese. Do we have any goat's cheese? We might have some goat's cheese. We actually should have a decent amount of goat's cheese, if I remember correctly. We currently only have regular quality goat's cheese. And I don't think we're actually currently making any. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anything else that you like? You like truffle? You like wine? Golden pumpkin. Yeah, okay, let's just do a golden pumpkin. I think that'll be absolutely fine. We have... Actually, let's do a pearl. We have 7 of those. Sold. Alright, now the question is, where is Leah? Ah, she's on Ginger Island. Okay, perfect. That works out in our favor because that is exactly where we are heading now. Let's go ahead and give you a pearl. Fantastic. And you are now up to 5 out of 8 hearts. Perfect. It is unfortunately not raining here on Ginger Island today, so we can't do the mermaid thing. But we can go over to the farm, check on artifact spots, and check on how long these have. These have 3 days. Okay, my math might not have been mathing. That might be a next episode thing. That's unfortunate. But at the very least, we can break some of these shells down, see if we can't find them. Then we'll go up to the artifact dig spot, dig up a whole bunch of those, and see if we can't get the final pieces of what we need for the museum guy. As well as any artifact spot, please. Please and thank you. That would be fantastic. Alright, looks like we are not having a lucky day in terms of that today. But that's alright. That is what it is. Let's... Okay, get out of my way, please. I guess we just head up to the dig site and see if we can find some things there. And then we may go ahead and do a run through the volcano because I'm running low on warp totems. And I would like to enchant my sword one more time. So let's for now go to the dig site. There is a golden coconut, always nice to see. And there is a fossilized leg, which is not what we needed. What we are still looking for is 2 vertebrae and ribs, which are all found by either artifact spots on Island West or by breaking those fossils just there. So a little bit unfortunate we didn't find those, but that is okay. I think we have enough time to just do a quick little run through the volcano. Let's get it done. And we are out of the volcano just before midnight. Really the only thing that I can do here, I mean, we can do a little bit. Let's go for our galaxy sword. I would like to put this last ruby on it. That will give it 104 to 135 damage. It still has Crusader, which is very, very nice to see. And then, did we ever end up getting preserving on this? We did. Okay. We have bottomless on our watering can, which I kind of like. We have powerful on our pickaxe, which I kind of like. Iridium hoe could get reaching. That would be kind of nice. Iridium axe, I think I would like to get something on. I'm looking for either powerful or swift. Both of those I would be very happy with. I think there is only one other option, and we got powerful. Okay, I will take that. Preserving is what I want there. Bottomless is what I want there. Let's go for the hoe. Just see. Never mind. We don't have enough cinder shards. I guess we'll leave it right about there then, and we can probably, from here, just go ahead and warp straight on home. Oh, we did actually get a dragon tooth. I don't know where that came from, but I will take it. I'm going to leave that in my mining chest, I think is the most appropriate place for that to go. And then we can go ahead and sell our fossilized leg, grab any of our roe that is ready to be sold, get that sold up, and call it a day right about there. Sleep for the night. See how much we made. Probably not very much. We didn't really sell all that much, but that is okay. We are doing absolutely fine in the money department at the moment. But Blessing of the Waters, the first 3 fish you hook today will be much easier, and 1 from ore nodes. We have 1 crop to harvest in Grandpa's shed, and still those 2 from there. But the bookseller is also in town today, so with that in mind, I'm going to read my mail. Tomorrow is the Feast of the Winter Star, and I have got a gift for Lewis. Oh, I have a gift for you, my friend. I have a gift for you. But that should be fine. So, with that being said, was there anything that I needed to do before we do our daily chores? I don't believe so. Actually, yes. Since we're heading to the greenhouse today, I would like to grab my additional ancient seeds, just so that I can place them all over there and they are all in the exact same location. But from there, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We are going to get everything done that we can. I no longer need to check this, but I do need to check the top one. We'll still run through here just to get there nice and quickly. I am also going to harvest that and then flatten that out just in case that gets in the way when we go up to Robin's to try and, you know, get everything done. I should make more of these looms for in here as well, but hey, maybe I'll get to it one day. Alright, we have 1 more ancient fruit ready to be harvested in here. That is immediately going to be thrown into the seed maker, and we can throw our remaining ancient seeds in here. We currently have 15. This is going to get exponentially quicker as they grow up, because they take a full month, or a full season, I should say, to progress to bearing fruit, and then every 7 days after that. Now, I can't forget to go ahead and check on my chickens and all of my coop animals, because they have officially moved, but that is okay. Also, everyone's mad because I didn't feed them because they moved yesterday. Again, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. And I would like to continue processing all of my wool, and we'll grab anything out of here, which is currently nothing because they weren't fed yesterday. They're all a little bit mad at me. You know, animals get a little bit sad when you relocate them, and that just is what it is. Alright, with that said and done, I think the first thing I would like to do is grab my books that I want to trade in at the bookseller, and then I want to see what they can do for me. We are going to sell all of our cloth. I don't have a use for it. And it looks like we have 1 more row that can get processed. Press Q, put everything else away. And yeah, let's grab out any books that I have at the moment. We have 2 Jackby Nimble Jackby Thicks. We have a Stardew Valley Almanac, and I believe that is all that we can take to the bookseller. So we're going to head to the mountains first, probably. Hope that Robin is in, and we can move our barn, and then we'll head down to the bookseller from there. I think that is the plan. Alright, I would like you to construct farm buildings, please. I would like you to demolish buildings. And I would like that building that you demolish to be this barn. This coop, sorry. And then I would like you to move buildings. And I would like you to move this coop down to here, which actually fits so perfectly. I like that a lot. And that is all I need from you right now. The only other thing that I want to do is get the premium barn, which is going to cost us 250,000 gold, 30 fir wax, 200 hardwood, and 950 stone. The stone shouldn't be a problem. Hardwood's going to be a little bit tricky, but once we get back into spring, we can start growing that, and I think fir wax should be okay as well. But like I said, from here we are going to head down to the bookseller and see what we can do with our books. Alright, I would like to trade in books. I can get stuffing. Is that even worth it? I mean, I'm never going to eat it. They sell for 500 each. These sell for 500 each. So that's probably not worth it. And the almanac can get me pepper poppers. Again, I don't think I'm ever going to use those, and they sell for worse. So, never mind. What can we buy that we don't have yet? I believe we've bought everything. Yeah, we have. Okay, so that is not necessary. We are still waiting on the last level of mastery, but that should happen very, very soon. Bookseller is kind of a waste of time at this point, but that is okay. It is what it is. I also have never come back in here yet, and I probably should. I also, have I found the note for the rabbit's foot yet? I may have. Secret notes. Mum, book. Yeah, I have. Okay. I don't think I've completed that. Let me go home and grab a rabbit's foot real quick. Because I remember I repeated a day at one point where I had it, and I was sad that I lost it, but I have it back. So let's grab that. Let's also just sell both of these books because they are pretty much useless to me at this point. We'll head to the bus stop, walk back to the town, and deliver that rabbit's foot before we head in and check out the abandoned Joja Mart, which I don't actually know if it's open yet, but I guess we'll see. So the secret note that I am talking about is this one here from Joja. Come speak to me on the job. I drive the truck. And I'm going to speak to him with nothing. He says, hey kid, I need a lucky break. Why don't you bring me a rabbit's foot? I'll make it worth your while. And I do. And he gives me the special charm. You feel an aura of good fortune surrounding you. Luck is permanently increased. Absolutely fantastic. I believe that is under special powers. We now have the special charm, and that is fantastic. All right, and Joja Mart is officially out of business, but we can't enter there just yet. I can't remember what does that cutscene, but I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point down the line. In terms of what we are doing today, that's a fantastic question. You know what we should do is we should go around and grab any of our trash items out of our lobster pots, as well as restock them, because we do still have the cleanup quest for Linus that we need to complete within the week, I believe. We still have, how long do we have? 5 days left to do that. So yeah, let's head down to the beach and get that done, and then I might head back to the farm and just try and finish that quest out today. And this is the chest I believe I was putting all my junk in, so let's go ahead and get that all in there. All of the shells and things that we just collected we can go ahead and sell. I'm going to keep the Nautilus shells because I don't know if I actually have any of those, and I may need them later on. Bait's going to go back in there. Nautilus shells can go in there. That seems like an appropriate chest to put them in since they are a winter forageable. And then I'm just going to head on over to our little river over here, which should be mostly filled with, never mind, that is a lot of a chance to catch fish, not a lot of a chance to catch anything trash related. So my best bet might actually be heading, actually, hold on. Before we go down there, let me just check this pond. And no, it's a very similar situation, which is actually crazy to me that we can catch fish in here and not just rubbish. But we may have to go back to Ginger Island and check there, because yeah, this is going to be all fish. Or we could just head to the mines. Level 100, I believe, maybe level 80, has quite a lot of trash. So let's do that rather than wasting one of our totems to go to Ginger Island. Let's head to the mines. And we will take this down to, I believe it's floor 100. Yeah. And this gives us 5%. Is that seriously? I thought it was way higher than that. Let's check level 20. That is a 7% chance. Level 4, nope, level 60 is a 8% chance. And I think that's it. Okay, well, let's go to Ginger Island then. I changed my mind again. But I know for sure that I can get a good amount of trash in this section of the river. Yeah, 55% chance to catch trash here. Definitely worthwhile. And I am still looking for tails and things, so I will go ahead and break any of the fossil rocks here. Just because that is where you find them. And I don't think you can find any in here. No, that's just mushrooms. Okay. Perfect. Well, in that case, let's grab out our fishing rod and do a spot of fishing. Trying to catch some trash. And that should just about do it. Okay, apparently that didn't count. Joja Cola cans are considered trash. So that is kind of strange that that didn't tick over, but hey, I'll take it. If they need me to find a newspaper, I'll find a newspaper. Alright, that was literal trash, and that counts. Perfect. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and warp straight back to the farm, grab all of the trash that we have, and take it up to Linus to be completed. Complete that quest. Hope that I didn't accidentally sell any of it. Or, you know, bin any of it. Trash was in this container, so let me go ahead and throw that in there just while I clean up the inventory a little bit. Get that going in there. We have 5 more fossilized spines, and we have a pike that can be sold, and then we'll grab driftwood, broken CD, Joja Cola, trash, broken glasses, and soggy newspaper. And where do we actually need to take these? Dump the trash in the recycling bin behind the train platform. Okay, we can absolutely do that. I think in order to get there as quickly as possible, let's just go ahead and warp straight to the mountains. And that should be absolutely fine. And we get a little cutscene with Lewis. Panda, come stand next to me in the fire pit. It fit next to the fire pit? Did that say in the fire pit? I wasn't reading that properly. I was hoping you'd come by sometime. I wanted to say sorry for mistrusting you at first. Most people don't treat me well, so I've learned to be cautious. But you've been uncommonly nice to me. You're a unique person, and I consider you a good friend. Thanks, Linus. Hey, I want to show you something. Come inside. It's a special kind of fish bait that I make. Didn't we get this last episode? It's top quality stuff, I'd eat it myself. Here, I want you to have the recipe. I swear we already got this, but maybe that was in the day that we restarted? We learnt how to make wild bait, which I believe is the one that potentially gives you 2. Yeah, chance to catch 2 fish at once. It is a good bait to use. I would recommend it. But for now, that's not why we're up here. Let's go up to the train station and donate all of our trash to the dumpster. Alright, you can have 4 of those, 9 of those, 4 of those, 2 of those, and 1 driftwood, and that does count. Okay, so Joja Cola cans, even though they say trash underneath them, do not count as trash. I disagree with that logic, but hey, it is what it is. We get 500 gold from Linus, which I feel really bad about taking, because he clearly needs the money more than we do, but it is what it is. Also, can we get into this yet? Yes, we can. Now, I'm going to head in here. For those of you who have played the normal version of Stardew Valley, brace yourselves, because this is very, very different. We are instead teleported here, and this place is honestly a little terrifying. Now, there are purple mushrooms around, which is very nice. We can sell those. But there are also things that come out of the water and try and instantly murder you. Now, thankfully, we do have quite an upgraded setup at the moment, but still takes us 2 shots to kill those guys, and these guys aren't even the worst of it. The worst of it is this is a giant maze, and it is incredibly hard to find your way around. The other thing is everything in here hits like a truck. And honestly, it's just a little bit terrifying. Now, it is 10:50, so this is probably not something that is going to be finished today. I just wanted to show you guys real quick what we're in for when we do finally come back here. Which, actually, we might go ahead and do tomorrow. I will have to bring up a map for myself, but that's okay. We can absolutely do that. Let me just quickly eat some cheese. There is a chance that I slightly remember the path, but that's a very low chance. Let me just see. I'll give it to like 1 in the morning, and then I'll walk back to the farm. If I can find the path, fantastic. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, this place is actually terrifying. Let me see if I can remember. I think I might have already gone astray. I need to get up there, is the general idea. But that is not going to happen today because it is 12:40 and I definitely do not have time for that. But I just wanted to show you guys what we're in for when we do eventually head there. And I think I want to do that tomorrow because the wizard wanted to talk to us as well. So maybe we'll have a little bit of a magic day tomorrow. We did find ourselves a whole bunch of sludge, which is actually, once you add it all up, decent amount of money. It doesn't look like it's used for anything, so I probably will just go ahead and sell it. We found a whole bunch of poison mushrooms, a whole bunch of common mushrooms, a whole bunch of purple mushrooms, which is actually decent money as well. A little bit of radioactive ore, which is nice. Some supernatural goo. That, again, doesn't look like it's used for anything. A couple of ghost crystals, which, again, doesn't look like it's used for anything. Whole bunch of solar essence, so if you wanted to farm solar essence, that is probably the place to do it. Found ourselves some swamp essence, which is used to create marsh tonic. Good to know. And that is about it. We also finally found our first fairy box. Unfortunately, it's only a level 1, which is the worst of the levels. We want at least a level 3 before we switch out our parrot egg. Well, no. I'm just going to switch it out now. Level 1 healing fairy is better than a parrot that sometimes gives me gold when I kill things. We also found some swamp flowers. Again, that's used for marsh tonic, so we will keep some of those. For now, I'm going to hit Q. It's 12:50. You know what? We probably have time to organize a little bit of this stuff. I'm going to throw the radioactive ore in there. Swamp flowers in there. Sludge. Supernatural goo. Ghost crystals. And swamp essence. Just in case we need them for anything. I don't know what we would potentially need them for, but they're going to live in there for the time being. And then I'll sell the common mushrooms and the red mushrooms. I think that is absolutely reasonable. And our parrot egg can head into this chest for the time being. And with that all said, let's head back inside and head to bed for the evening. We have a little Santa heading past. That's because it is the eve of the Winter Fest thing. And that is today as well, so we need to keep that in mind. This might be a quicker day than usual. 25th of winter, year 1. Let's go ahead and get all of this harvested up. We'll say +1 from ore nodes, and we have +1 luck for the day. Absolutely fantastic. We also have a little bit of mail. This is fiber seeds from Linus. Very, very nice to have. They cost... what do they cost to actually make? So they cost mixed seeds, sap, and clay. Really not that bad, and each craft makes 4 of them. So I could make close to 600 right now if I needed to. But we aren't really struggling for fiber as far as I know. We have 92. We don't really have much of a use for it though, so I think that is okay the way that it is. I'm going to hit Q, get rid of all that, sell my Joja Cola, harvest up my aged legend row, and head on to do my chores for the morning. And we can finally store all of this in here, which is fantastic. Let me just grab out 3 so that we can place those on our looms. And we'll slowly but surely make our way through all of that product. I still need to craft looms for my barn, but that's okay. It is also raining on the island tomorrow, so we can do the mermaid thing at that point. My question is Magnus around in his wizard tower, or is he already at the Feast of the Winter Star and unavailable for the day? Because if he's unavailable for the day, that is honestly a little bit frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes we just have to say these festival days are what they are, and we get as much done as we possibly can. I'm going to drink some coffee, head down to Magnus's tower, see if he's there, and go from there. Also, do these guys have a child yet? Yes. They need mushroom. They need dried morels and any eggs. Eggs is absolutely doable. Dried morels might take us a minute. We need 5 morels in order to make that happen, but I will have a look in my chests once we get back home. And it is locked, so I imagine he is at the Feast of the Winter Star. This is probably going to be a bit of a nothing day because there really isn't anything we can do apart from go to the festival and come home at 10 p.m. A little unfortunate. We could potentially warp to the mountains, do the witch's swamp, but I'd be scared that I'm going to miss the festival, and I really don't want to do that because I have the perfect gift for Lewis, and I really want to give it to him. So let's head to the Feast of the Winter Star now and see what he thinks of our fun gift. All right, now we are going to go around and talk to absolutely everyone. Do I want to hear the legend of the Winter Star? You know what? Sure. Why not, Willie? In the night sky of winter, there is a bright star only visible from this valley. No one knows why this is, but in times of old, people would come from far and wide to see it. They believed that anyone who laid their eyes on the Winter Star would be blessed with good fortune. Some even claim that mysterious fruit known as Stardrop is connected to the Winter Star in some way. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate the little history lesson there. Alright, I'm going to go around and talk to absolutely everyone that I can find, and we'll go from there. Panda, what are you hoping to find under the spirit tree? I would like a pair of stylish boots, please. And I believe Linus up here is the last person that I need to talk to. He built himself an igloo, which is very fun. And then we can go and see Lewis and give him his secret. Excuse me? Why can't I give Lewis his pants? That was like my whole vibe for this whole thing. I even went to his basement and retrieved it for him. Why can't I give him the pants? That is actually incredibly lame, but I believe that Lewis does indeed love prismatic shards. I really didn't plan on giving him one of them. I would have brought something else from home if I'd known this. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Does anyone... No, no one likes that. Okay, I guess, Lewis, you can have a prismatic shard instead of your pants. That is absolutely unfortunate. I don't like that even a little bit. But you are very welcome, Lewis. Take your pants and go. Oh, and we have Linus. Linus has given us our birthday present. That is more than fitting because we are best friends with Linus. I think he's one of the only NPCs we have 10 hearts with at the moment. So I really like that. I hope he gave a good present. Hey Panda, I'm your secret gift giver this year. Here, open it. What do we got, Linus? We have a pumpkin pie. I will take it. I personally don't particularly like pumpkin, but I'm sure my character does. You know what, Linus? I do. I love it. Thank you for making me a pumpkin pie. I don't know if I 100% trust it coming from you, but hey, it is what it is. That gives us 225 energy and 101 health. And I believe that is the Feast of the Winter Star pretty much complete. So, on that note, let's head back home where it's magically going to switch the time to 10 p.m. and we'll probably, honestly, just go straight to bed because there's not much we can do. And just as a show of respect, I will go ahead and eat the pumpkin pie. I'm very sad that I couldn't give Lewis his purple shorts. That is actually a little bit infuriating. They're going in my decoration chest. And I'm grabbing a prismatic shard out of here to replace the one that I gave to Lewis. I'm very upset about that. I'm very upset about that. But it is what it is. We have a very big day tomorrow. I would like to do a couple of things. The first thing I would want to do is go to Ginger Island and do the mermaid puzzle. I would also like to go and see the wizard. And I would like to get through the witch's swamp. So we are going to head to bed. Day 25 of winter complete. This episode may be a day longer just because we did have the Feast of the Winter Star and it's a very short day. But that is the plan. First things first, get our chores done as soon as possible. And then I'm going to head to Ginger Island. But first, let's grab all of our artifact troves. +1 ore from ore nodes, and we get extra relationships from speaking to people, which is nice because we are going to see the wizard, and he is one of the people we need to make relationships with reasonably quickly. Gus would like an albacore. There's a chance that we have one. Maybe. Do we have an albacore? Are these in alphabetical order by any chance? No. Oh, but we do have an albacore. We actually have 3. Fantastic. Grab one of those out. Actually, I'll grab that. What? No, actually, let me lock it. Lock it so I don't accidentally put it away, and that'll work. All right. Grab all of our aged roe. Get those sold and shipped. Clint's birthday today. Clint likes prismatic shard, amethyst, all of the things. You can probably just have a gold bar. That seems fitting for a blacksmith. Gold bar, done. And then we'll go ahead and get all of our chores done for the morning. It also looks like Grandpa's shed greenhouse is ready to be collected. And we have 5 crops ready to be collected on Island West. I believe that might be our melons. Maybe my math was mathing before. Well, that is good. Because that means we are about to get a whole bunch more golden walnuts. And that may even potentially unlock the next part of Ginger Island, which is very, very exciting. Alright, let's get all of this harvested up, and like I said before, I'm not going to replace these guys with starfruit. Instead, I'm going to make this entire greenhouse dedicated to ancient fruit. And this will be where I process all of my seeds for that and get that done. So currently we have 17. Let's just get those planted as soon as possible. In a nice straight line, if at all possible. I'm going to do this a little bit more carefully than I normally do because I would like these to be all together. But that is about half of that. I say half of that, like a quarter of that filled. Which should, like I said, exponentially increase relatively quickly from here. Let's go ahead and walk back to the right side of our farm, clean up the inventory. We are going to sell all of our silver and gold quality starfruit. I might even just go ahead and sell my regular quality starfruit because we still have like 60 left in a chest somewhere. Goat cheese, dinosaur egg, duck mayonnaise, and regular mayonnaise, as well as one of our void mayonnaise and all of our cloth can be sold. That is going straight back into our thing. I need to re-grab out my gold because I accidentally just put it away. And we should be ready to rock and roll into town. Traveling merchant is in town. At this point, I don't think I care that much. At this point, I genuinely don't think I care that much. They haven't had anything I've needed for quite a long time, so I don't really need anything from them at all. I think that is okay. We're gonna head to town, go and see Clint. Who was also asking for the albacore? That was Gus. Okay. Clint is not here. Where is Clint? Is he at the island? Clint is up there for some reason. Okay. The more we fix this town, the less people are at their posts. Clint, there you go. Happy birthday, my friend. That brings us up to 7, and we need to find Gus, who is at the saloon, and that opens at 12, so that's not happening right now. Instead, let's walk back to Ginger Island and do this mermaid quest. I believe we still have the flute blocks on us, and it is raining, so we should be able to get this done. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, the way that we figure this out is each of these little stones is 1 tick. Each of these big ones is 5 ticks. So, if we go ahead and place a block there, there, and there, and it was only 5, we didn't need the 6th, then we should be able to go and say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be 9. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. And that should be correct. Now, all we need to do is run past it. And we get ourselves a whole bunch of golden walnuts. 5 golden walnuts, to be precise. And we can leave those there. That really doesn't matter all that much. I just saw a spot that may potentially contain a golden walnut, but I don't think it does. I just want to quickly check. No, it did not. Okay, perfect. And I just want to also check whether or not we can actually still get in here. It's just empty. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought we could get in here anytime we wanted. But that is that done. So, perfect. Since we have a little bit of time, well, we don't have that much time because I wanted to go see the wizard and I wanted to do the witch's swamp. Okay, with that in mind, I am going to walk back to the farm. We will head down to see the wizard first. Then we'll stop by town to see Gus, give them their albacore, and then head to the witch's swamp. Like I said, busy day today. And since we're down here, we may as well see the traveling merchant. I also need to check for morels. And with that in mind, I may talk to this guy just to see if you are selling any morels. You are not. That's okay. Alright, off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. And this should, in theory, be a cutscene. And it is. Perfect. I'm gathering herbs for your elixir. Have no fear, Panda. You have my assurance that it won't be as harsh as the first one you drank. Come and join me at the cauldron. I am a little skeptical. Let's be honest. The elixir is complete. With this, you can begin accumulating mana from the world around you, allowing you to cast some minor magic. Here, drink up. The elixir tasted like cotton candy. Delicious. Good. Now, when you're ready, join me downstairs in my study. First, a demonstration. Now, you try. Okay. Is this the altering the appearance? Yes. If your aptitude is as high as it seems, we may even explore some higher theory about the governing laws that bind our world. Glad to see the prospect excites you. It does. It does indeed. I can now use the Shrine of Illusions, which I believe is just the appearance changing shrine. And we have a second cutscene. You arrived precisely at the time I foresaw. I've prepared an elixir, one that will help you tap into some new types of magic. It's quite potent. This is the one I believe that he came to our house about before. Breathe deeply and try to remain still. I feel as if something has changed within myself. You now have the ability to summon warp runes. It is a great privilege, but also a responsibility. You must master this new magic. We will begin training at once. A demonstration. And we warp to somewhere, I guess. Just around the room. Yeah. Yeah, just around the room. I can now summon teleportation runes. Truly outstanding. You've exceeded my expectations. I seem to be doing that a lot, Magnus. We must now secure your nexus. There's a secluded forest north of Chubby Farm, flowing with mana. A suitable place to summon warp rooms. Meet me there, Panda. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Alright. I am going to talk to you because today we do get a little extra friendship from speaking to people, and I would like to, get as much friendship as possible with you as soon as possible. Alright, for now, I think our best bet is to just head up to the Warp Nexus and meet Magnus there. We may have to save the Witch's Swamp for tomorrow. Alright. Hi Magnus, we have a new path up here. Follow me, Panda. Don't stray too far. I'll try my best. And this is our brand new Warp Nexus. Mana flows freely in this secluded grove. It is a perfect location for your Nexus. With our combined magic and my guidance, we can alter the flow of time here. Come channel your mana. Panda, open your eyes. Oh, isn't it pretty? Magnificent, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. Your enchanted grove is safeguarded from the changing seasons, weather, and prying eyes. What farm am I playing on? I am playing on Grandpa's farm. We're not quite done yet. You still need to create your first warp point. I believe it's only suitable if it's to my own nexus. Let us depart to my warp hall, Panda. I don't like how much this guy says my name, to be completely honest with everyone. During the lesson, I explained that in order to connect a location to your nexus, you need something that came into being there. I brewed this potion today in this very tower. It's suitable enough to complete the spell. Place the potion on the hex and summon your warp runes. Well done. The warp runes linked to your nexus successfully. Why don't you teleport there now? It'll be a sight to behold. So now we can teleport from the North Forest Path thing down to the Wizard's Tower, which is kind of nice. And there it is there. We now have our very own warp rune thing. Tomes, our statues, a hex circle, and the smell of fresh moss. I wouldn't expect anything less. Seek out other areas of interest and expand your nexus. In due time, a colleague of mine will pay you a visit. Well done today. I knew there was something special about you the moment you set foot in Stardew Valley. Thanks, Magnus. Now we need to figure out how we can create some more. But, like I said, we can now come up here anytime we want. And we can harvest these dewdrop berries. These give us 2 luck, 50 max energy, 75 magnetism, and 2 speed, which is actually kind of insane. They can be dried, made into wine and jelly. And I guess that's about it. They sell for a little bit, but they're just a fantastic source of food, to be completely honest with you. And we can come over here anytime we want and warp directly down to the Wizard's Tower, and we can warp straight back. But this should also give us access to a whole bunch of additional points, which include somewhere. No, we can't access these yet. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we need to figure out how to use this a little bit better, but that will come later on. For now, I would like to head back into town and see Gus, give them their albacore, and then I would like to head to the Witch's Swamp and see if we can't get through that today. We also have a prize ticket. We may as well turn that in. We got a Star Drop tea, which is fantastic. We are going to use that on Sophia's birthday and make sure that we get as much friendship with her as possible, because I would like to get married relatively soon, as I did in real life, so I think that'll be fun. Alright, Star Drop Saloon. I need to see Gus. He's got a cutscene for me. Oh, hello there, buddy. I don't like that you call me buddy, pal. Just looking over last month's earnings, and it's not looking very good. Yes. Yes. The worst thing, and I hate to say it because she's my friend, is Pam. She hasn't paid off her tab in weeks, but I can't ask her to do it. I know she'll get defensive, and I just don't want to hurt her feelings. And Panda, you gotta help me. Well, my friend, you should sell more wine because it's very profitable. Get rid of the beer, sell the wine. Hi, Pam. Gus, I'm awful thirsty if you catch my drift. Gus is just a bit of a pushover. Saloon isn't doing well financially. It is terrible, Pam. It is terrible. Maybe you should pay your tab. That'll pretty much pay rent. I'm pretty sure. And she does. All is well. She just needed a little subtle passive-aggressive hint. You're welcome, Gus. Now get out of this cutscene so I can give you your fish. Alright. You wanted an albacore. There you go. That is complete. Thankfully, I did accept that quest before I did it. And what do we have here? Robin wants 10 pieces of hardwood. Clint wants an iron bar. That I can't do till year 2, and that requires 36 diamonds. Okay, perfect. Alright, next stop is going to be the Witch's Swamp, and I'm a little nervous. I feel like I might have started this too late, but we'll see. We just need to go straight up north, and please, Sebastian, get out of my way. Oh, actually, we should go back to the island and complete the other quest instead. Yeah, and we'll save the Witch's Swamp for tomorrow in the next stream. Okay, now I need to definitely run. Because I'm out of warp totems to the island. So let's instead warp to the beach, try and get inside Willie's hut before 5 PM. And pay Willie 1,000 gold to get to the island instead. Alright, back to the island. Let's head over to our farm, where all of our crops should be ready to go, apart from our starfruit, but we don't care about those. What we really care about is these melons, this wheat, and this garlic. And if we head into this cave, we find the gourmand frog, and he is looking for that sweet delight, which is both pink and juicy. Do not plug it from the earth. I wish to see it in its natural state. And yes, I absolutely have something to show you. Come have a look. Yes, this is it. It's bringing you back to the old days, sunny days when things were sweeter. Oh, I could take a big, juicy bite. I mean, you're welcome to have some if you want. I don't care. Yes, I am very pleased here. This is for you. That is an additional 5 golden walnuts, and then we'll talk to them again. I wish to see the long yellow thing, which tickles the skin and waves in the wind. I absolutely have something to show you, my friend. That, my friend, is wheat. This is it. It reminds me of an old girlfriend. Kind of weird. Look here, I could tickle you with this. You could, but please don't, my friend. My friend. And yes, I am very pleased. Here, this is for you. That is an additional 5 golden walnuts. And we'll talk to them a final time. I would like to see the zesty ground fruit, which maketh the breath stink. That is garlic, my friend. And yes, I have something to show you. Look at that, it's garlic. Yes, I ate this once long ago. It gave me a pungent aroma for days. Reminds me of Papa when I was just a tadpole. I could take a bite and produce the poignant odor once more. But I won't. The Gourmet Frog is weird, man. Yes, you have done me a great service. You've given an old toad one last trip down memory lane. Here's one last reward for you, friend. And that is an additional 5 golden walnuts, and I believe that is all there is. Good to see you again, my friend. You have blessings to cultivate these fields. May the rains be with you. Thank you. All right, that is 26 golden walnuts in our possession now, and I am getting very close to being able to access Qui's room. I want to check exactly how close, as well as harvest any of these artifact spots over here, because we are still looking for things for the museum. Hopefully we find them soon enough, but yeah, we must be getting very close to being able to access Qui's room, and I really want to see just how close we actually are. So, if we click on this door, we have access to Mr. Qui and his secret quests. Well, look who's made it to my secret walnut room. I'm truly impressed. Even though you only needed a fraction of the walnuts to gain full access to the island, you decided to push yourself further. Your desire to enter this secret door was so strong that you went above and beyond to get inside. That drive is what sets you apart, kid. You've got a very special energy. Thanks, friend. That being said, you weren't under the impression that the challenge ended here, were you? No. Ha 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 ha. In fact, the challenge has just begun. On your left, you'll find a board with some very interesting opportunities. These challenges, which I've designed just for you, will push you to the very limit. However, if you can successfully conquer my challenges, you'll earn exclusive currency. I call them Qui Gems. Just don't put them in your mouth, kid. They're highly radioactive. You can use the machine on your right to trade these Qui Gems for rare and powerful rewards. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Yes, I have a feeling someone like you will enjoy this very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have important business to attend to. No worries, Qui. Thank you for access to your walnut room. Never stop striving to achieve perfection. I won't, my friend. And let's have a quick look at the perfection tracker. Currently, we've shipped 48% of produce and forage. We have 0 out of 4 of the obelisks. We don't have a golden clock. We don't have Monster Slayer Hero. We have 4% Great Friends. 25 out of 25 farmer levels. Found all star drops, no. Cooking recipes made is 4%. Crafting recipes made is 25%. We've caught 75% of the fish, and we've found 102 out of 130 golden walnuts. Total complete is 27%, but I actually feel like it's a little bit higher than that because we have a lot of the ingredients ready for that sort of thing. And we have some quests. Now, ideally, we are looking for quests that give us the most amount of Qui Gems, but we also want to be able to do them. Right, so the Skull Caverns has been invaded by powerful monsters. Make it to level 100 in one piece. We should be able to do that with really no issue at all. We only have 3 days to do it though. Or we could do extended family. Family members of the legendary fish have returned to the valley. You have 3 days to catch Mrs. Angler, Glacier Fish Jr., Son of Crimson Fish, Radioactive Carp, and the Legend 2. This is relatively easy, but I don't particularly care about it. The only thing that I kind of want from this is the Legend 2, because we can put them in a fish pond and make more roe. But I think I am going to take Skull Cavern Invasion. The only question is, do I accept it now, do it tomorrow, and then move on with my life, hope that I get to level 100? Or do I leave it, sleep here, accept it in the morning, and give myself an extra day? Right? That's the question. The main reason I want to do this one is because it gives a bigger reward, and I think I will accept it in the morning. But let's have a quick look at what we can actually buy with this Qui currency. We can buy Junimo chests, which is basically Stardew Valley's equivalent of an Ender chest. They're basically just linked chests, so you can have, you know, inventories that are linked. We have the horse flute, which will summon the horse, which is very, very nice. We have Pierre's missing stock list, which makes Pierre stock all items in all seasons. Very, very handy, especially for perfection. We have the hopper, which once I get the recipe for this, I think I would like to add the mod automate to my game. I think it's just going to make the game nicer to play. We have the enricher, which we can place on a sprinkler and load with fertilizer to automatically apply it when planting seeds nearby. We have pressure nozzles, which basically just increase the range that they water from. And we have a deconstructor. Destroys crafted items but salvages their most valuable material. We also have key to the town, which is very nice. Allows access to all buildings in town at any time of day. If I buy this, I would also like to add a mod where I don't need the people to be in their buildings to actually interact with them, because that just makes this so much better. We have Galaxy Souls. If we forge 3 of these into a Galaxy weapon, we get a better weapon. Mushroom Tree Seed. I don't really care about that. Magic Bait. Qui Seasoning. Mr. Key's Hat. Aquatic Sanctuary. Recipe for the Heavy Tapper. Mini Shipping Bin. Hyperspeed Grow. Deluxe Fertilizer. Hopper Recipe. Magic Bait. Exotic Double Bed. Bluegrass Starter. Fireworks. And that is it. So I can't obviously buy anything right now because I haven't done any of these quests, but I will go ahead and accept this tomorrow, and hopefully that will mean that I can do it until Monday. I believe that is how that works. But with that being said, I think the last thing that I want to do today is simply head down, break any of the shell rocks that are down this way, just because I think we are still looking for a couple of golden walnuts from them. But I could be mistaken on that. I'll check in between episodes and actually confirm. Since we have some walnuts, we may as well go ahead and unlock mail here for 5 golden walnuts. I think that's absolutely going to be worth it. And on that note, I am going to end the episode here. If you guys are enjoying the series, please go ahead and make sure to leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Consider becoming a Golden Panda member if you would like your name in the game, or becoming a regular member to get early access to all of the videos. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye guys.